bring her because she gives us skills.
Greetings! We are Fellowship Gaming, here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. So please grab your favorite drink and perhaps a snack, and let us regale you with the songs of our misdeeds. Tonight we will be playing Starfinder, which is a science fiction D20 system. If you would like to see more content, please check us out on YouTube at fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can hit subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you'd like to join us during our live stream, head over to Twitch and give us a follow in order to be part of our live chat. Okay, fantastic, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're going to be playing one of the Drift Crisis scenarios. The Drift Crisis in Starfinder is where their form of interstellar travel ceases to work for like 6 months, and this is the fallout of what's happening during that time as they try to pick up the pieces. We're going to be playing Season 6, Episode 2, Drift Scars. And it's going to be fun. Before we get there, we're going to continue to announce our contest. We have an active contest right now to come up with names for Brian's mustache. Reminder, this is going to go on for only one more week. Submissions will only be open for one more week. We have quite a few submissions, and we're looking forward to being able to sift through them and choose some of the best ones. So please go on, and there'll be a link in our chat as you're going through. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to be listed there as that pinned comment. So please go on there, name Brian's mustache, and then in a little bit, after next week, after we close submissions, we're going to choose the top 3 choices and then let everybody vote on those. So it's going to be an exciting time. I hope everybody's going to have a fantastic day, and let's get started. Okay. You are currently aboard the Master of Stars, and you are heading to meet its captain, Fitch, the leader of the Wayfinders. You head to the docking bay where they are currently working, trying to just manage operations, manage engineering, manage everything that's going on here. Just one moment, Starfinders, Fitch says, then beckons to one of her assistants. Arpidsel, tell the engineers that the pile of 16 A's need closer reinspection. I can't put my finger on it, but you're right. Something's off with this batch. Good catch. You should enroll in those engineering classes I was telling you about. They turn to you. Thank you for waiting. Glad to see you're all in one piece, but you're about the only ones. Half of these ships still haven't recovered from the drift crisis. The whole thing seems like it was designed to give me more work than I know what to do with. Some good has come out of it, though. Giving these folks something to do other than think about what they lost, for one thing. But also these new drift lanes popping up all over the place. Connecting distant places and getting agents like you there faster, safer, and more directly. She tilts her head in appraisal. I'm asking Starfinders who can handle themselves to go out and explore these drift lanes and see what's on the other side. The latest one is near Triaxis. A group of students calling themselves the Drift Lab are investigating it from orbit, but we need to see what's on the other side. That's where you come in, my brave and bold Starfinders, she says with a wry grin. Check this drift lane out, find out who or what is on the other side, and see if you can make us a few new friends. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
The heck is a drift lane?
If I try to repeat the technical explanation I heard the other day, your head will hurt as much as mine did. But as far as I understand, they're basically an express lane between parts of a galaxy that haven't been connected before. A Wayfinder's gold mine, if you ask me. If you want to know more about what that means when you're flying through one, though, the Drift Lab on Triaxis is your best bet for info. They're students, but apparently they've been theorizing that this kind of thing could happen for years. So they're the closest thing we have to experts right now.
When did they appear? Just recently?
Yes. We don't know how long this one has been in existence, but it's fairly recent.
Okay. Alright. So we're gonna go through it,
Yes.
meet some friends.
Yep.
And presumably, do they know enough that there's a end coming back?
Yes.
Okay. So it goes both ways.
At least it's not a one-way trip.
That's what I was
It
afraid.
never is a one-way trip. Well, take that back. There's a lot of one-way trips.
Yes, I know.
Let's see. Any other questions? So, no, this is the thing. So we just fly towards it? We don't engage the drift or anything?
You'll engage the drift. It functions just like a drift travel, except
Okay.
it's only point to point.
Okay. Well, that's weird, but okay, that's what we're here for. It's nice to do some exploring for once instead of everything we usually do.
Does anybody else have any other questions? No? Then go ahead and give me either a culture or a diplomacy check for skills.
Well,
Nothing.
which diplomacy check do you want? I mean, diplomacy check or skill check? What did you say? I'm sorry.
Diplomacy or culture?
Okay.
Come to me, D20s.
That is not him.
Well, you can always make diplomacy untrained.
I got a 15 culture.
What does Bojan have? Rolling that 11 untrained.
Diplomacy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the drift crisis refers to the time period immediately following the drift crash, when the drift failed. Many ships disappeared or were stranded. Communications usually transmitted through the drift went silent, and many drift beacons shut down, disappear, or exploded. Drift travel eventually came back online after the crash, but it wasn't fully restored until recently, when it returned in something close to its former form, though not completely unchanged. Okay. This is a Starship mission. It has the Starship tag, which means you can choose one of the 3 ships. The Azata, the Drake, or the Pegasus.
I'm pretty sure I only heard 2 ships available.
Pretty sure I only heard 1 ship available. It is the Drake.
It is the Drake.
It's just funny how the
There's 3
Azata.
ships available. Drake? Well, what do you... Drake.
It's just funny how the Azata keeps having engine problems every time someone goes to choose it. It's weird.
So consensus is the Drake?
Apparently, yes. I think I'll make your ship and I'm gonna call it the Drake
So
for Traveler.
are you familiar with the 3 ships?
No.
So the Drake is the gunboat. It's a little less maneuverable, but it's the gunboat.
It has armor and weapons.
The Pegasus is a
Science vessel.
it's a science lab. It's got midway shields and the second worst now, weapons. The Azata,
Was supposed
it's like
to
a
be...
smart car in a Formula 1 race.
It's a good way of putting it.
It's bad. Most of the weapons are all EMP based, which are useless once you drop someone's shield. Like, someone didn't pay attention that EMP weapons don't damage shields, don't damage hull, so you just, oh look, you don't have shields.
Well, no.
'Kay.
EMP weapons can't hurt. You have to get through the shields.
That's right. It's the other way around.
Yeah, and then they can like shut down systems, but that just hampers. It doesn't actually shut down.
Correct. I'm thinking of a different ship. I'm thinking of like the
Yeah.
Gorgon that was also bad.
I thought the Gorgon was one they were like, the Exoguardians were like, how many nukes can we fit on? Put all of them in there. And then add more nukes.
Which I love that the Exo Guardians are like, yeah, we'll take nukes. It's not even like the Inquisitives are like, we'll buy nukes. No, Exo Guardians, yeah, put nukes on that thing. We'll nuke it from orbit. It's okay. I'm excited because I'm about to play the special, which is $5.99, the Bulwark Buster, which is you go back to Sangoro's Bulwark from season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. So you're taking the Drake. This ship's name is the Unending Crisis.
That
They
sounds
named our ship for us?
Oh, yeah.
The Unending Crisis.
Well, that's thoughtful of them. Personally, I always thought the Drake was the name of the ship, not the class of ship.
It's the class. It's a Drake class ship. It's a Pegasus class ship.
Yeah, I just never knew that.
That's totally fine. Yeah, I was okay with that too.
Sure.
So
need one
now is a great time to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Is it? Is it a great time?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Okay, well,
It takes you 7 days to get to Triaxis. Because you're
Well,
going by
space travel.
conventional thrusters.
fun.
I'm still gathering all my dice.
alright. Well, I'm Bella. I am a Inquisitives, agent of the Inquisitives. Half elf, obviously. And I like to move around and shoot things. I'm also capable when if we need to hack something or break into something.
I am Queg. He's a small Yosoki bounty hunter mechanic, because that makes sense. I guess he's about 4 feet tall then. And I think he has
That might be tall for him, actually. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Well, I think between 3 and 4 feet tall.
Probably.
So I'll 3.5 feet tall. And he has, I think, a small drone.
He does.
Yeah.
He is a
It's on
drone
the back.
mechanic.
Yeah, and he has a drone for a tiny construct. So he has a little thing flying around his head.
He has a quadricopter that looks like it was made from junk, because it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flying
Brian?
There's a
Are you playing
large-
Zamir as well?
yeah. So there's a large bear. Honey is everywhere. He's like, it's everywhere. Help me catch it.
What?
It spilled. Something punctured the side of my jar. It's everywhere. Help me.
Okay, you're definitely not okay, but okay.
I'm frazzled. I'm putting things together again.
I love how you portray Bojan, because all my uplifted bearers are like Russian. They're like, yes, I will go do the thing. And yours is like, ha, this is great. Like, I just named my next uplifted bear Beringus, which is named after the Kamchatka giant Russian bears.
But, hi everyone. I'm Bojan Honeysnout. I'm a mystic. I make things dark at times, and I beat things up, and I find things. Not you really good with tech stuff, so hope we don't need that. and then laughing off to the side, knowingly the one who punctured the veil on the container of honey is Zamir, just laughing, clean as a whistle.
Sounds about right.
Uh,
Bojan knows Zamir real well.
mm-hmm.
You've done like 4 with Zamir.
Well,
Or
I
is
know.
it Dashko that spin it?
Like, I think Dashko ended up doing a lot of missions with Zamir. But,
Yeah, Doshko did.
This iteration of Zamir is the level 4 version of reality. And he's just having a good time. He's a fun witch warper. Likes to make enemies' days goes bad. He likes to talk to people.
Good. Fantastic.
Okay, we got your dice.
Your ship, the Unending Crisis, reaches Triaxis. And as you do, you receive 3 separate hails from a ship called the Drift Lab, a small orbital research station. The first hail comes from a non-binary dragon. The second one comes from a female Riforian. The third one comes from a male half-elf. Each one is identical, and they're all 3 saying the same. Here for answers about the drift lanes? Contact the Drift Lab for the latest. Which hail do you choose to respond to? The one from the Dragonkin? The one from the Riforian? Or the one from the half-elf?
Let's answer all of them
At the same time.
at the same time.
Okay.
No,
You just open broadcast, and you're like, and the response back, oh, they returned our hail. I told you they would respond immediately. No for swiggin' fools here, I'll tell you, says a young dragonkin, shuffling several papers on an overloaded desk. Of course they returned the hail, responds the Riforian, with goggles on her head and a notebook in her hands. It's SOP to make contact in a timely fashion, IIRC. Still, chimes in a third voice from behind a research station. There are 1,000 ways to go adrift in this space. Betwixt intention and decision, don't you think? He gasps and stands, head peeking out from over the top of the station, revealing himself to be a half-elf. Perhaps we should call this the Adrift Lab.
I like that.
With the channel still open, all 3 of them start squabbling about changing the name of the ship. From the Drift Lab to the Adrift Lab. It gets weirdly intense, but you can easily tell that there are 3 unique people aboard this ship, and they all have different ways of speaking. The Dragonkin flavors their speech with colorful curse words that appear to have been invented by the Dragonkin. The Riforian loves abbreviated jargon and academic language, and the half-elf uses poetic metaphors.
This is not going to get annoying at all.
Well-
I say we turn off the transmission, turn around, and head back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hey, you two, come on.
I just say let's just keep going forward and not bother
Okay.
talking with them.
Failed the mission.
Fine with that. Because I still get the experience.
I'm just like, are they watching our streams? Do they know we squabble over names, stuff like that?
I don't think they understand just how jaded you have to be a Starfinder.
You don't have to be jaded.
You get
Yeah,
jaded
you
real
get
quick.
Jaded
Real quick. Let's talk about my Exo Guardian Vanguard who got real jaded real quick after being betrayed twice by his team members.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
After a few minutes, they stop.
In this training module, which is 100% perfectly safe, you will not get stuck inside this simulation at all.
Or hey, go to this planet. By the way, it takes 2 years to get out there again. Bye.
It'll be
Survive here for 2 weeks. Sure. Okay.
Did you know that the wildlife on this planet evolves quickly and will adapt anything you leave lying around to fight back?
Oh, she's still pissed about that. Anytime she talks to Arvin, she yells at him. She's very angry about that.
I don't blame her. Because that was BS. They are integrating hull plates as armor. We have a problem.
You need
After a
bigger
few
gun.
moments, they're all like squabbling, and they look up and like, "Oh, we're sorry. Just go ahead and do docking bay 3."
They're squabbling. We start BSing about fast missions.
No, it's totally fine. You guys dock, and they come in and they explain. They introduce themselves. The Dragonkin. Their name is. I had how I wanted to pronounce it, and now I look at it and go, "That's not how I want to pronounce it." Hickson. Hyyyxzen. Hickson.
We'll just call him Hicks.
The Riforian, their name is Farah, and the half-elf's name is Valaris.
Okay, so Hicks, Valeran, and what?
Farah
Farah
and
and
Valaris.
Valaris. Yeah, I mixed Varen and Valaris together.
So Farah starts. She goes, "You see, we've hit a bit of a snag in our research. We've done about all we can from out here, but none of us AFIK have the proper aptitude with starship piloting to do much. Well, in there being the drift lane." She sighs and continues, "And that's why we broadcast our missive. We need you to go into the drift lane and collect the data we can't. Of course, you'll be compensated for performing these research tasks. Oh, but perhaps we should explain what a drift lane is." Valaris chimes in immediately to explain with a flourish. "A thing of beauty reaching across the sky. A new stitch in the fabric of the drift. A coming together of threads that would have been otherwise unconnected." Hickson interrupts him, adding, "I don't think they're looking for Klecken poetry, Valaris."
Klecken is good. I like that.
I'll take the poetry, though.
So they kind of explain what's going on, what's needed to do. There's a lot of squibbling, so I'm basically going to try to streamline it as possible. It's not text to read, it's just fun stuff. Basically, drift lanes connect two or more places in the universe through a stable path that is faster and safer for travel than navigating the drift alone. It is essentially a stable wormhole, to put it in our parlance.
Mhm.
When we've got all these things mapped, it's going to be towels amazing. That's Hickson, obviously. So go ahead and give me a check as they start kind of like squabbling. Again, I need either a bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate check.
Alright, so I am aiding Zamir.
Wow.
Zamir's got so far a 32 diplomacy.
Okay, I have a 14 bluff.
I got a 13 diplomacy.
Okay. You succeeded. You very much succeeded. You didn't succeed so much, but you only need the one. You're able to like kind of get them in line and focus. And so Hickson and Valaris stop arguing and just kind of let Farah explain everything. A fascinating area of study concerns exactly how the lanes work, and I believe the answer depends primarily on whether you are thinking from the inside out or the outside in, so to speak. For those within them, drift lanes chart a path that shifts through the planes, taking mere days each time. Valaris interrupts to add, like a dance across the fabric of the universe, always to the same beat. Farah, annoyed by the interruption, clears her throat and continues. In fact, we do not know if it is the same beat, as we have not yet measured the planar energy within a drift lane. Yet. So they... Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Hickson then says, the smaller ships... Nope. What the crap? I'm missing a page. Oh, nope. No, here it is. Now, getting into the drift lane is one of the slifferine, that's not a word, Easiest things to do. At least we think so. You just got to be within the gravity well of a world, chart your course to a drift lane, and fly your way in. Valeris adds, from the musings others have drifted concerning other drift lanes, I surmise the interior to be... He clears his throat, and begins reading from a handheld device. A tunnel cutting through the drift. Its shifts too quick to trace. Its walls a hazy shimmer in the endless dark of space. Safe and steady forward path for those in your embrace. And well, that's all I've got so far. Without a picture of what a drift lane looks like from the inside, I'm having the hardest time finishing my ode.
How big is a Drake?
I mean, it's a
Big
normal
enough
starship.
to carry all of us plus rations.
Yeah, 6. It
For-
usually holds 6 people.
A
Okay.
month.
Okay, I was just curious.
It's...
Because ships are different sizes for different.
Well, I think they have food synthesizers on most ships.
No, they actually don't. That's
My bad.
yeah.
Okay, they do carry rations, so we have a pretty good sized cargo hold
Okay.
and refrigeration.
Or it's what is it called?
Does
Rations.
what is?
Field rations.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I'm
but
thinking of something you stick in is like they're
TV dinners.
kind of like TV dinners.
They're
but
not.
it's-
They're not Back to the Future rehydration.
That's what I was thinking.
They're food bars, and they taste about as good as they sound.
Yeah. Most.
Because it's
I
one
take the
credit
ones
lasts a week.
I'll take the ones with berries.
No, I am not taking the melon flavored again.
Valeris suggests that there may be
Absolutely not.
barriers in each of the drift lanes that stop you from leaving the drift lane mid-travel. And that's really kind of all he really understands. So, okay. Now it's the time to get into your ship and go. You're going to make a bunch of checks while you're in the drift lane to do initial research.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here's how it works. Only one person may make the check. You may make it untrained, but only one person may make the check. Everyone else can assist. Actually, let me double check to make sure. So everybody else can assist.
Wow, they're all.
Oh, no. So, for each check, each player can only make one check for it. So you can either 1 main, 3 assists, so on and so forth. And they can be made untrained.
Okay.
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 The first test you're going to do is you're going to map the lanes of the drift lane. So
Okay.
the first thing you're going to do is going to make a physical science check.
Does anybody have physical science?
No.
Quig might have it.
Quig does not have physical science.
Okay, so choose someone who has the highest skill modifier, which is most likely Quig, because he has a +3 to intelligence at this point.
His intelligence is 16, but it says +0. So what is?
Yeah,
it
it's a typo. It's +3.
Okay.
Anybody else have better than +3?
Nope.
+1.
Okay, so it sounds like Quig is maining, and everybody else is going to try to assist.
We believe in a thing called quick.
I assist.
I
But-
assist.
This is Amir.
I'm looking. Yeah, Samir assists. He also rolled higher than quick.
Yeah. Okay, you have 3 assists.
So that's
Okay.
+6.
So you have a
Okay.
total of +9.
Total of a +9,
Mm-hmm.
8, 17.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, Farah wants you to test the planar energies. Go ahead and make mysticism checks. Same rules apply.
Yeah, I got an 11. Samir's at 7.
Okay, so Bojan's maining.
Bojan's maining. I will attempt to assist. You got an assist.
Go ahead. Yeah, these ones can be done untrained.
Okay.
Specifically, can be done untrained.
So I need a 10 or higher, right?
Yes.
For your wisdom.
Well, wisdom
I
based.
assisted.
Alright, so that is 26.
Okay. And now you need to align your sensors to take pictures of the barriers. So that Valaris can finish his ode. This is a computer's check.
I got a plus 11.
I also have a plus 11.
I have assists.
I will assist because my dice
Okay.
have been running kind of
Okay.
crappy.
Only one
You
assist.
auto assist.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So,
Two
Two
assists.
assists. 26.
Okay. Okay, you are able to transmit the data for all 3 tests back to the Drift Lab. And I'm going to read you this cool thing that happens right before you go into the Drift. But we've already bypassed this, so it's just like 3 pages over. A tunnel opens ahead, its walls hazy and translucent, but thick enough to seem almost solid, clearly marking the transition between the drift lane and the area outside. The drift lane stretches forwards, curving slightly into the distance, leading to the unknown like a passageway of purple clouds. So as you are traveling, a few hours after you're traveling, you get a response back from the Drift Lab. It's staticky, and it's hard to make out the exact words, but they're checking out the information that you sent. Farah informs you that the drift lane remains entirely within the drift, though the readings are irregular and will require further study to parse. Sorry.
Bless you.
She believes that a starship in the drift would be incapable of entering a drift lane mid-journey if the drift lane could even be found. You either must enter a drift lane, you have to enter a drift lane at either end.
At the termini.
Yeah. Hickson states that the drift lane, while the width of the drift lane isn't static, it does average several miles wide. Furthermore, they confirm that leaving the drift lane before its destination will mean being dumped into the drift at a random location. So you don't even exit drift space. So drift lanes are within drift space. So if you leave, you get dumped out somewhere in the drift. You have no idea where you are, which is worse.
Yeah.
Because then you have to exit the drift, figure out where you are, and then chart your course home.
Well, not even necessarily home, but
somewhere else.
Habitable.
Yeah. Well, personally, I would just always fly back to Absalom Station. That Starstone, man. It's useful.
Yeah.
Valaris looks at all the data you've given, and it says that looks like that when you are traveling through the drift lane, it is always going to be 7 days divided by your drift engine rating. It's always a constant.
Huh.
Yeah. Hey, that's nice.
Additionally, that once you enter a drift lane, there is no visible manifestation left behind on the material plane. When you entered the drift lane, only you saw the portal kind of opening up. They didn't see anything. It looks like you just entered the drift like normal. You just winked out of existence. Okay. It looks pretty nice. It's a little different than normal drift space. Drift space is kind of the only way not the only way. The best way I can describe it is traveling through a nebula. So Star Trek does a really good job of explaining like the weirdness of traveling through nebula and interstellar clouds, but the most not iconic, but the most, like lack of a better phrase, iconic thing I can think of is Titan AE. The animation where they're flying through the gas columns of the clouds, and he's that awesome rock song going on the back, and he's just twisting things around, and he's got space dolphins and stuff like that. It's like that, except it's all purple. That's like, well, that's like normal drift space. And right now, it's like you're traveling through a wormhole similar to like Stargate SG-1, where it's twisting and curving, but there's two definite points, and you're just traveling between them. Whereas the drift space is like open country, the drift lane is a tunnel. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Get that imagery going. On the second day, you guys encounter a large starship with a frame and hull of dark brown wood. And it seems to be under attack from a number of smaller starships. The smaller ships appear to be working together, but they look like they've been assembled from a scrapyard. As you arrive, two of the smaller ships break off to attack you. As they approach you, here was what happens. An all-frequencies hail from the large starship cuts through the drift lane. "I told you my backup was on its way," says an unfamiliar voice. "Do you really think a captain as renowned as Tosin Jaws of the Yonder would fly through Jatembe's jaunt without someone to help him fend off drifter scum?" The speaker lets out confident and an easy laugh that echoes over the comms. The smaller ships don't pause or slow down their attack, returning the hail with one of their own. The drifters recognize only one captain, Metzari Angelfang. "Surrender now or we'll take you both down."
We give up. No, we
The
can't do
captain returns. The captain, Tosin Jaws, says, "I refuse to stand down," and says, Thank you, unending crisis, for coming to my aid. As we planned, I will have to owe you a free dinner at Mama Ray's restaurant on Zibian. But before we do that, I suggest we execute the Jatembe's Javelin, the unstoppable two-ship fighting maneuver. Okay, before we get into combat, you have two options. One, you can try to make it seem like you know what you're doing with the Jatembe's Javelin, or just ignore it.
Oh, we know.
Then go ahead and make a bluff check for me. One person.
Let's see.
Can we aid?
For this case, I believe you can aid.
Okay. Zamir's all in. Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
So I've got a 10, so I auto aid unless you want me to roll.
He's got a 12, so.
You're aided by me.
I did not aid.
Yeah. You tried. But it's okay. So we're at 26 bluff.
Okay. You don't know what a Jatembe's Javelin is? But you're pretty certain the opposing side doesn't know what one is either. And so you're like scything in, just coming in, and like the other ship's like, "Oh my gosh." And they have a -2 penalty for 4 turns.
Yeah.
We're gonna say the smaller ship has that penalty.
That one?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the map. Let's get that mic off of that real quick. Those blue lines are the absolute wall barriers of the drift lane. This side is where you're coming from, the pack worlds. That side is currently unknown. So I'll place you guys in a moment. You will be fighting 2 starships, while the big ship is going to engage the other 4 ships. So they're not going to be on the map for those purposes. Okay, and let's see here, and the doop-a-doop-a-doop. Let's go to page 17. Oh, did I leave that? Oh, I left all the cool art. I left all the cool art at home. I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of
It's
cool
okay.
art.
I hate you so much right now.
Oh no, I'm a bad person.
Cool art, and we don't get to see it.
That's the way.
Okay.
So I know we're in tier 4.
Tier 4.
Okay. Who's been piloting this whole time?
Say that again?
Who's been our pilot this whole time?
Probably me.
Yeah, you'll want to choose starship roles.
I'm making sure.
I mean, probably the deck space operative. With ranks in piloting.
Wasn't gonna presume anything. Yeah.
It's fair, so that's why I claimed it.
Mhm.
And said probably. Because, I mean, she probably let Quig start out for a while and was like, nope, get out.
I don't think Quick has any piloting whatsoever.
It'd be weird if he didn't.
It would be.
He does not have any piloting.
Oh my God.
He
Yeah.
never
Never
learned how
mind.
to drive. That's so sad.
Yeah, it's a pre-gen. Okay.
So, yeah, she has probably been piloting this whole time.
Quick is like, you want me to what? No.
Yeah.
Give me engines now.
It's more like, it was more like, so, do you pilot? No. Do you pilot?
Like, Bojan can. He's just not as good at it.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Engineering.
in that point, it was probably Bojan and her that traded off piloting to get there.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then when trouble came in, it's like, your turn.
Assuming Zamir is the captain, you're engineer, you're the pilot. What is Bojan, the gunner?
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. So let's do the engineering phase.
What are you doing for engineering? That's the first thing.
Are you familiar with space combat?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been hot dinner for all of
Do you have the thing?
I'm looking.
Alright.
Is-
So,
I don't. Is it in the
Engineer.
folio?
I've got a lot of random papers in my folio.
basic thing would be divert.
A lot of random papers.
I was
So-
thinking it was either divert power or, but I don't do that.
Either divert power or
So you can empower the weapons or the shields. Or, well, we don't need the shields. You can empower the weapons so that the ones are twos.
Ones are.
Or, you can make us faster.
I think empower the weapons, unless you guys want something different.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And what do I need to roll to get that?
That's engineering.
okay. Hold on.
Kind of, sort of.
Before you do that, you hear a call out in your ships on all broadband spectrum.
Yep.
I hope Mama Ray hasn't switched up her dessert. Go ahead and everybody can make a sense motive check.
That's a coded message.
What is sense motive wisdom?
Yes.
Yes.
18.
Wow.
I rolled a 17.
14 and 6.
29.
Okay, the 14s have it. 14 plus. The way he's talking about it, you think that one of the drifter ships is about to make a maneuver. So during this round, the piloting role can take 2 actions.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
So you still want me to power up the weapons, or do you want me to make it go faster?
It's up to you to me,
Yeah,
because
it's your
they're
choice.
both good ones.
Adding 2 to your speed. Your speed is 8 right now.
Yeah, and we do have a turn of 2, so it takes a lot of movement to turn us.
So what turn means is you have to move 2 and then you can turn. And that's any of your heading. So that's any of the 6 directions. So your choice.
I'll
Weapons or speed.
I'll do weapons first.
Yeah.
And what did I need to roll?
It's a 16 engineering is what we're looking for.
So I need a.
Is it 10 plus 1 half? I thought it was 15 plus 1 half.
It's
That's
10.
right. That's they changed the stats.
I need
Yep.
a 3 or higher then.
Yep.
I got a higher than 3.
Good
Okay.
job. So weapons are empowered.
Yes.
Okay. Now it is the helm phase. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
Do we have any bonuses in this ship?
There's 3 plus 1 computers, so you can take a computer.
Anything to piloting?
Piloting on its own. Mm,
Yeah, it should say like piloting plus 2 or something like that.
I think
no.
it's
If it has one.
if
A lot of people forget that, and that goes
That's
into
what I was
all your
asking.
piloting checks.
Ow, that sucks. 19.
They have a 23. So unless you have a plus 4, which I doubt it.
No.
Go ahead and go first. Remember, you have 2 actions, which you can do 2 stunts
Yep.
or a move and a stunt. Do you need the stunts?
I do. I
Give-
don't have.
Give me a moment.
Stop it.
There's the pilot.
We all used to have one of these.
We did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then they stopped having as much Starship combat because everybody hated it.
Well,
Not us, but
a bunch of people.
a large
didn't like
majority
it.
of loud people hated it.
Mhm.
Is there still no boarding? Or is there boarding?
Okay.
There is no
so
boarding in
We
Starfinder
will
Society.
evade.
They did have boarding rules. Yeah.
Yeah, those are added in the COM, Character Operations Manual.
Yeah, so
No,
we'll.
Starship operations.
Anyway, so we can move 8.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I'm incorrect.
7, 8. Takes 1 to turn, right?
No, so it doesn't take any movement to turn. It just you have to move at least a minimum distance. For you, it's 2.
We'll get there.
And then what's
I
your
will
second action?
evade. But that's just our basic movement. That's no stunts.
So evade is a stunt, and allows you to move your full speed.
Yeah,
So what is your second action?
that's what I'm looking at. There's nothing worth doing, actually.
Barrel roll. I don't know.
Barrel roll
Barrel
is
was
absolutely
useless.
useless.
Here.
I know.
Unless you need to like change your shield. If you got hit on the heavy on the shields, it does not matter.
I'm
So.
just messing.
It's fine. It's a
Barrel
maneuver.
roll.
I've
It is an actual stunt. That's why we're giving you
It
responses.
basically is we can switch our firing arcs for a round. So if we have, like, say our weapon gets taken out on our port side, we can barrel roll and use our starboard side to shoot.
Which doesn't make sense because you always have a turret weapon. Don't have any weird arcs. Turret. That's it. I make murder balls in all my starships
Yeah.
because it doesn't make sense to not. However, unless you roll poorly.
All I can think of is in World War II, the most
Okay,
dangerous
that's
part
all
of a
I'm doing.
B-17 was the ball turret gunner.
So
Hmm.
1.5. So that's 10 plus 6. I can't fail that roll
Okay.
because it's a 16 if my math is correct.
Yeah, no, that's a math.
I have a 15 piloting.
Yeah, you're
I
totally
roll
fine.
a 1. Well, I just
You succeed.
succeeded.
So, what's your second action
I
then?
don't have a second action.
Okay.
Edward.
Do you want to take a second action? You can just move. Moving by itself is an
Is
action.
Okay.
Yeah. So most people
Um,
just use stunts the
what
entire time.
weapon do we have?
We got weapons everywhere.
Great. What do we have, and where do you want me to place our arc?
Let's see. Most of the stuff is in the good stuff is in the front and turret.
What's our ranges?
Let me-
I think the front is short and the turret is medium.
Let's see. I gotta
Short is 5,
find them
medium
all.
is 10.
Yeah.
Let's see. Heavy laser. Where is- Let's see. Okay, so heavy lasers, medium, coil guns are long, I think.
Ooh. Coil guns.
Coil guns are long, and then the high explosive.
I think we're good there, so I'm done.
Is also long.
Particle beam.
We got guns everywhere.
That's because we take the gunship. The gunboat.
Because whenever we have to do something with
Starship combat. Drake it is. Honestly, it's like these Pegasus are getting a lot of dust on them. No one takes them anywhere.
at least we don't.
I took
Well, the Pegasus is only for... No, people don't take the Pegasus at all.
No.
the Pegasus is pretty nice. I like its extra speed.
As soon as they say Starship, you're in Drake. The only time you're not in a Drake is when you have a Starship boon to replace the Drake. Like the Sunrise Maiden.
Which isn't that good of a...
It isn't, but it's not bad.
Is the Drake better?
Probably slightly. But you have the Sunrise Maiden for like, you can only use it once. And it's a level 4 ship. So, it's kind of nice to switch things up. It's decent. It's far better than the Pegasus.
Well, it sounds like even the Millennium Falcon on a bad day is better.
Kind of.
Okay, so... You've moved?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're done.
fantastic. They'll move. They've got a speed of 12. They're going to be base to base.
Okay.
And they succeed. And they don't succeed. How bad does that... Can I get that paper back, please?
Yes.
It's not often, but you can fail on and evade. Plus 12. 3. So I have a 15. They did not fail that. Oh well. That would have been fun. It's not so that would be the first time I've ever had anybody fail an evade. Okay. It is now gunnery.
Okay. Samir and courage. That'd be great. Let's just fire the big guns.
Okay.
Plus 8. Yeah. Well, that's easy. Rolled the same number twice.
Okay. What's your
We're going to go against this one.
the bony
Smaller
one?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call them bones and sharks.
Okay.
That's fine.
Against bones, 26 to hit twice.
That does hit.
Okay.
26 does hit. There's not much about it. That.
Yeah.
26 hits anything at this point.
12.
Pretty much.
Good thing the weapons were powered because I rolled bad. Total of 25 damage.
No, did you say there was 2 hits or 1 hit?
2 hits.
Okay, so I need them
Okay, so
separate.
12.
12 on the first one.
Yep.
So hold on. That's the forward shields. Those are 0. 12 on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
7. And then how much on the second hit?
13.
Even?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Give me a moment. I have to do some explosions. Okay. What did you fire at it?
So, I fired the heavy laser cannon and the high explosive missile launcher.
Okay. Please let me know when you shoot the missile launcher, because that has a different armor.
Okay.
26 will both hit, but
Yeah. I
It's just a-
forgot. Yeah.
okay. The first shot, of course,
How many ranks do you have?
3.
5? Okay.
There's an explosion in their weapons. There's another explosion in their weapons.
Please just tell me it's weapons again.
It is. Their weapons are wrecked.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're destroyed. They are wrecked.
Mhm.
You just hit them square in their weapons. They're not coming back. They already are scared of your Jatembe's javelin.
Which is apparently targeted their weapon systems.
And you went through and you're just like, oh, hey, look. 3 criticals. Straight into their hole. They're not doing well, guys. However, what's your AC?
With the evade, we're at 21.
It doesn't matter. They crit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you feel this sickening thud.
But yet we're not allowed to board.
But they can't.
They can't either. Oh.
Your shields.
But they are ramming us.
No, they are not ramming you.
Oh.
Those look like they are your back shields, yeah? Or
Side.
are they your port or your starboard?
Starboard.
Okay. 6 points on your starboard shield. Did that go through?
Let's see.
I doubt it.
No.
Okay. You definitely see this nasty looking harpoon that hit your shields real hard and is now slowly retracting in.
We're gonna-
Well, actually, looking at this raw, it does not need to penetrate your shields.
Okay.
So it
Which is patently foolish. But
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It didn't penetrate the shield.
You are attached to this ship. You cannot move outside its range.
What's its range?
The range of the weapon is 1 hex.
Oh.
Now we barrel roll.
Now you better.
I can't think this through.
Crocodile death throws. Just spin this thing out into the drift lane.
We're just like, let's see how strong this chain is.
I want to allow it so hard.
I want to do it.
Okay, that's the end of round 1. Round 2. Engineering phase.
Is there a way to
I'll get that in a
remove it?
second. So, combat banter comes through. Hit those drifters where it hurts and the meal's on me. Go ahead and make a sense motive check.
26.
3.
14.
Okay. The hidden message is a drifter ship has a structural weakness.
The weapons?
If you are the magic officer or the science officer this round, he's not. He is the engineer.
Oh, we don't have a sign.
No.
Sorry. That sucks.
You get 2 actions. The reason they tell you this before combat is so that at engineering phase you can change your role and take advantage of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Did you take into account last turn all the 1s were 2s?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I just rolled that.
Okay, that's fine. So, do you want to stay in engineering or do you want to head over to science officer? All the science officer does is just scans things.
What?
It takes computers. Just go ahead and stay in engineering.
Okay. Somebody else can have fun with science.
Well, you could balance the shields. That would get our...
Or
hit
if he
points
just
back.
all he has to do is divert and they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's your PCU?
There we are. 150.
150. So 5%. Yeah. 5% of your 150 is more than 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they errata the rule that when you divert, you can choose where the points go to.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be it just filled up the points and you just had points, and then you had to balance them.
Yeah.
So do you want me to divert or just do weapons again?
I'd say go weapons again.
Okay. I will do weapons again. More than 3. I got a 3.
Good job.
So it worked.
Okay. For your response, anybody on your ship can make there's 2 types of things. Sorry, this is my bad. There's 2 types of things and I didn't see it. So as an action, the engineer can attempt to sever it, or the pilot can make a stunt.
You tell us this now.
I only saw the pilot part, and that's my fault.
Okay.
I'm reading it off of a black phone with white text.
Okay. Fair enough.
That is my fault. If you'd like to, you can use that same roll to... It's a DC 15 plus 1/2 times the anchoring starship's tier. In this case, it would be 16.
Do you want it severed or do you want weapons?
Do you want to be able to move, or do you want to have more power to your weapons? That only affects...
That's your choice.
Yeah. To tell the truth, I still think we just need weapons.
Okay. Okay.
The thing, well, no, I can do tricks to get us.
Yeah, you can do a same stunt, but that's your stunt. You don't do evade.
Yeah.
So, okay. Helm phase. Engineering. Initiative. Sharky boy. And you.
Thank you.
What'd you get?
31.
Okay, they go first. What's the morale? Yeah. Okay.
What's on the turret? What weapons do we have on the turret?
High explosive and a coil gun.
Okay. Do they have a minimum range?
No.
Okay.
One.
That guy does a flyby.
Okay.
It's not going to be great.
He could fail and we could get a free attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because he uses our bonus, well, our starship modifier, which is 6. Well, ours is 4.
So yours is 4, so then 1.5 times his tier is 6, so that's 21 to do flyby.
Mm-hmm.
They do fail. So when it is
Gun.
gunnery, you can do a free attack on them.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one will do the same thing. That succeeds. Okay, and now your turn. So the stunt is going to be DC 16 to shake them off. Or, if you want, you can do a barrel roll and launch them. Well, let me rephrase this. I am going to state that the action you're going to take is the attempt to death throw them and launch them into the barrier.
Yes.
The DC is the same, but just that's the stunt you're doing.
Which, if it's 16, I can't fail.
Okay.
So, yeah, that is a 29. And yes, we're rolling this way.
They just get launched. I rolled a D8 to see how far they went. They almost just out. 2 more and they would have been gone.
Okay, shut them. Oh.
Just that's a... Aha, we've got you. Yeet!
They've fallen for my trap and grappled us.
Aren't you glad I left him? I'll blow him up.
I'm only upset that he didn't read the whole thing. And
That is my
that's-
fault.
That's the only reason I was upset. Because I would have agreed. I would have still said, no, you decide what you think is best.
It's not an anchoring weapon is not commonly used in anything. So that's why I was like, I don't really know this one. And that is, I'll take the blame on that one. Okay. It is now gunnery.
Take your free attack on these guys before they run away.
Alright. So to hit them, it's going to be a 20.
That hits.
And they take 19 from the heavy laser cannon.
In their forward arc.
They're cinders.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your attack against Sharky over there. You only have a turret on them and your starboard arc.
Yep. So, let's see. The target lock will be a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay. So you're 2, 9, so that's 17.
That will hit.
Or
That's damage.
17 damage.
Oh,
Because the
that-
other one was a 20. I'm sorry.
Okay. 17 damage to their
Port.
Yeah.
It's 12.
That's a pretty good roll with the D4s.
And you shot him again?
Yep. So 13 damage. And that's with the 20, so it'll cause a critical hit if it goes.
That was a
through.
natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay. $13 damage and a crit. Okay. Okay.
Are these like TIE fighters that blow up if you hit them once?
No.
They have
a shield.
Uh,
They're
sorry.
more like X-Wings or Y-Wings.
that's their weapons. That's their weapons. That's their sensors. That's their engines. And because you crit, their weapons are now wrecked.
Yeah. Consistency.
Weapons have the highest range. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay. And they miss you.
They miss us? Well, we forgive them. They can join our crew.
Okay.
Only if they're goblins.
It is top of the round. More banter. I hear Mama Ray's new special is to die for. Oh dear goodness. Oh no.
17 and 20.
22.
11.
A drifter ship is lagging behind. Starship roll is gunner.
Bojan has this sweet, sweet grin on his face.
I will empower weapons again.
No?
Okay.
Let's try a different dice. That's a 9, so therefore your weapons are empowered.
Okay. Now helm phase.
They probably win.
What's your total?
16.
They do win. So you get to go first.
I need to look at stunts.
Flip and burn might be your most
I
useful.
think that's what I want. Flip and burn. So that's a 21. basically. Don't say it. So we flip and burn.
Okay, fantastic.
So we hold on. Let me read what it does specifically. Forward up to half your speed, then rotate 180. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Move them 12 off the map. They have perfect turning. Okay, combat over.
Yay.
It had 3 hit points left.
Just got thrown.
It got thrown. You slammed into it with that high explosive. They have 5 shields on either side and 30 hit points. And like you're just like, "Oh, I'm going to just tap them." And then I'm just going to ram it up their exhaust port. Yeah, okay.
I just find it interesting that I found out today that Bojan is like, no, if we just take out the weapons, they'll surrender.
Apparently, they'll run away.
Okay. As you see the other 4 ships just kind of like scatter. And then Captain Tozen, who this is what he looks like. Lovely man. He says, "Do you feel the power of the yonder all around you, my friends?" Captain Jaws asks. He has an improvised bandage around his arm and winces slightly as he moves, but says nothing about it. "This ship is Conrasu Wood, from a grove not far from where I was born. A piece of home where I take with me wherever I go. But what brings you to my home among the stars? It's not often that I see anyone in Jatembe's jaunt other than drifter vultures and their angel fang captain. And I'd hate to think you'd fallen in with that lot." He pats the sidearm on his belt, wincing again in the process. "So go ahead and give me either a diplomacy check or a life science check. Or if you want to heal him, you can heal him with magical healing."
Don't have magical healing.
Hmm.
I'll attempt to aid with diplomacy.
Me too.
I successfully aid.
So did I.
Flip.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have a Solarian over there with a plus 30.
There's no Solarians over here.
No, sorry, the Witch Warper.
Well, he rolled bad, so that's only with the 8s. It's a 20 diplomacy, and then Bojan has a 22 life science.
Okay. So you get a plus 2 to both of those additionally. The DC was 14. You are able to convince Captain Jaws that you have nothing to do with the drifters.
Don't even know
Additionally,
what
you...
the hell they are.
Pirates.
I figured that, but drifters, okay. We've never heard of those guys.
Additionally, Bojan knows a lot about this Conrasu wood. Don't know how, but he knows a lot about it.
Up loves his bears. We know a lot about trees.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Okay. See here, you gain some information. He apologizes for his wariness. He says, "I keep encountering the drifters, and they keep making me less than hospitable. So here, let me give you some information. This drift lane leads to the Nebula Union, within the gravity well of his homeworld of Azibion. The Nebula Union is a system-wide multi-planetary alliance that has endured since the Gap. It contains 4 participating planets. The Nebula Union is currently deep in debate about what should be done about the drift lane. And to ensure that you receive a warmer welcome, use the local name of the drift lane, which is called Jatembe's Jaunt. Also use this passphrase, from many, one. And that will indicate to you that you are to be trusted. Thank you again, and if you do go to Mama Ray's, you really should. Just do it. It's got the best food in town."
You promised us dinner. I expect to see you there.
I'm going to go see what's on the other side of this, and then I'll be back.
Well, the Pact Worlds.
Yeah, no idea what that is.
Just like we have no idea who you are.
We'll give them a description of our 3 researchers and be like, that's what's on the other side.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to go through the Jatembe's jaunt with
Jatembe?
Jatembe,
Okay.
like Jatembe Park.
I got a very close approximation.
No, like Jatembe Park on Absalom Station.
Okay.
You are able to exit the drift lane next to a planet. Stars fill the sky again as the ship emerges from the drift lane in front of a large blue and green planet, surrounded by starships of all shapes and sizes. In response to this new arrival, 4 of the orbiting vessels immediately leave their current positions, surrounding the ship in a diamond formation. A hail cuts through the silence. Identify yourselves, friend.
Don't look at me. I don't have any diplomacy.
Or you could use the passphrase you were just given.
Yeah. Well, again, it's...
I forgot what the name of our ship was.
That's what my problem...
The unending crisis.
The unending crisis.
This is the unending crisis from the Starfinder Society. From many one.
Oh, I am sorry. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please, come to the Banyan as honored guests.
Thank you. We are to seek out Mama Ray's.
Ah, you are locals. Okay.
No, but we were given a heads up that we really need to try it.
We met a
the-
saucy captain.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get you all taken care of when you dock. You're able to dock with a ship called the Banyan, which is a tree. Banyan tree, in case
Yeah.
anybody was wondering. You are greeted by a female Noel. I can't do words. Noel.
No.
Yeah, I think before we continue on, though, we're going to go ahead and take a little break. Our little normal
Definitely not
break.
caused
Yeah,
by
my
a crisis. Nothing's happening. It's just a normal break. Nobody look out the door. No one.
We're going to take our 10-minute break.
Who's that?
Come back at 8:33. Oh my gosh, guys. I love you.
Avocado slavery farm coming to light. You know.
Hello and welcome back to Fellowship Gaming. We are continuing playing Season 6, Episode 2, Drift Scars. Brian, I swear, dude. God. Almost broke. Almost broke. So before we left, you were greeted by a female Null. And she says, "Hi, hello, or should I say greetings, strangers. I'm Windleaf Leopard, and this is the Banyan, the Nebula Union's flagship orbital home away from home. Consider yourself officially welcomed. I've been here to escort you to Unity Hall, where the 4 top counselors are meeting to discuss the new drift lane and how it should be handled. I'm pretty new here, and new to this job. I had been recently working as one of the clerks maintaining the memory, which is our massive record of all the Zibian historical and genealogical data that is constantly being updated and organized. I talk when I'm nervous. And apparently, I've been assigned to the greeter duty because I accidentally reveal a lot more information about the data than I should. Also, I'm really concerned. You have to tell me I do a good job, because if I fail here, my next job will either be slogging through the massive ant tunnels or endlessly reshelving books at one of the libraries. I don't want to do that." As she's leading you through, she's like, "Oh, look at this! This ship is all made of kanrasu wood. It's an incredibly sturdy wood grown in magical groves and nurtured by music. And it features elaborate and colorful carvings along many of its walls, often inlaid with tiny gears and glowing lights that make them seem to come alive. This ship was one of the first ships built jointly by the Nebula Union after signing the treaty that brought the 4 worlds together, and has the elements of all 4. Zibian, my home world, was settled by researchers from the Megaba School on Los Galerian, and they contributed kanrasu wood from their groves and the helps of students and teachers from everyone to help design the ship. And then there's Triolisk, the planet of the mostly water-populated Uyulans. They contribute to the pillars of water with the bioluminescent properties that help light the ship. See? Right there, and 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 over there. Oh yeah, and the Bragas of the desert planet Tomare, they used sandstone. They're really good at carving sandstone. And see all these little intricate little things here? All these little carvings? That's them. And then those Elloranes of the world ship Astrolabe installed much of the magical and hybrid systems. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Go ahead and give me a sense motive check.
Okay, 17.
3 and 9.
A natural 20.
Oh, okay. 17 and 20. You realize she's lost. Completely lost. And she's talking and getting more and more nervous and more flustered as she's giving you this tour. As soon as you figure out she's lost, a Baraga from the desert planet, which looks like a multi-armed sloth that is upright and moves at a normal speed, comes forward. And this one's female. She's got a brown and white striped fur and a long robe and matching cap. And she approaches your group and she's like, Windleaf, why are you taking so long? And she's like, oh, these fine honored guests asked for an in-depth tour of the ship before heading to Unity Hall. You have two choices. You can support her lie, or just say nope.
I want to support her.
Go ahead and make
I
a
will
bluff.
22.
You're like, oh yeah, we totally do that. Yeah. We meant to do this.
Yeah, this is the most interesting ship. I mean, it's made of wood and these beautiful carvings. Do you know that in the Pact Worlds, we just use metal? Metal and synthetics. Our ships are clunky. I mean, look at it. We call it a Drake. Looks nothing like a Drake. But it sure spits fire like one.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm sorry. My name is Laciel. I just wanted to make sure. I'm sorry. I apologize. Cut the tour short. They're needed in the Unity Hall. Take them. I know they asked. Just go.
Unity Hall is which way?
So she's like, it's that way, and she just leaves. And then Windfall is just like, yeah, that didn't help at all. But I found a terminal. It's got a mapping. It doesn't have a map. It doesn't have the map of the place I need it to go. Could you guys help me? Okay. Now you have a choice. You can. There's a lot of skills here, so just follow me here.
Okay.
You can use a culture check to interpret the directions that are hidden in the wall carvings. You can use a computer's check to hack into the terminal and download the schematics. You can use an engineering check to intuit the layout of the starship based on structural clues. You can use mysticism to tap into the starship's magical essence and determine which way it flows. Or you can use a survival check to just wing it.
Which I had survival.
So,
To just
this is a number
wing
of successes.
Okay, I'm using computers. So, 27 computers.
Okay.
Zamir got 20 mysticism.
Okay.
And Bojan got 26 survival.
Okay.
And I got a 26 engineering.
Okay. So you guys are able to just be like, right here. And Bojan is like, it's that way. And he's accurate. I love that last one is just like, it's survival check. You just wing it. And you're like, oh, let me hack it. Oh, yeah, let me do this. And like, you crack open boards. You're like, oh, look, here's what we're doing. Oh, yeah, well, based on all these analysis going here. And Zamir's just like, ah, yes. The starship juice flows that way. And Bojan's like, that way!
It's over there.
I have no idea. See that big building? I guess it's that. Yeah, you all succeeded. Congratulations. 4 successes. You are able to easily reach Unity Hall on time. Okay, I'm going to show you pictures.
I feel like Bojan's just like looking over and is like, Unity Hall.
You like just stand up a little more. You're like, oh, it's there, guys. Like, have you seen those videos of the guys who are like 6'7"? They have they just see the tops of like Walmart because everything's not designed for anybody that tall. So
There's a new basketball player who is 7'11".
yep.
And it's like he just think.
Yep. I'm going to show you some pictures. These are the counselors. This one is going to be Zalia Heron, who is a female dwarf. Beautiful picture. Then I'm going to show RKY7. He is an Elorain. He's a machine. And then I'm going to show you Cerillium, who is an... Oh, they've got a weird name. They are an Ululian. They look like a seahorse.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Tkarik, which is a Baraga. And that's a 3-armed sloth. Okay.
I say just ruined me. I'm just like, oh, Sid.
So you guys are able to...
Haven't seen that in a long time.
You're approaching Unity Hall, and Windleaf is following you and talking with you and going through. And you guys kind of hear some arguments and conversations, debates and such. And Windleaf is going to be able to pinpoint certain things. And she goes, oh yeah, I've heard this all before. And while I respect the counselors, there's no way they're going to agree on what's going to go on with the Jatembe's jaunt. Each one has a horrible flaw. For Zalia, it's arrogance. For Saralim, who's the little fishy thing, he's fear. For Tkarik, which is the sloth, he is aggression. And for the robot, it's greed. Okay.
That's the first time I've ever had a robot be told it's greedy.
Okay, you enter the building, and I'm going to read you the things. The mere fact that Jatembe's jaunt exists proves my point, shouts a middle-aged dwarf of medium brown complexion. The universe has brought us the ability to share our message of peace. If only you lot would stop arguing long enough to do it. A slender creature sprouting large pieces of blue and green kelp from its back, swims in a frantic circle within a towering pillar of water, causing words to echo from within. All the universe has truly brought us is trouble, Zalia. Already these drifter pirates have attacked the few ships using it, bloodying our tranquil waters. And they may yet try to change our way of life. We must focus on protecting ourselves and not lecturing the galaxy. Your courage is inspiring, Saralim, responds a furry mammalian creature, their words dripping with sarcasm as they raise themselves up on their back legs and gesticulate with all 3 of their arms. But you miss the opportunity the drifters present. Treat them as partners instead of a threat, and our might only increases. Once we're ready for them, of course. A large clockwork construct shakes his head, gears within spinning wildly, then speaks. As you would also wait to move through Jatembe's jaunt in your quest to build your star army, Tkarik, I'm not sure how much more dangerous you are than Saralim. Courageous you are. Like Zalia, I see no reason to attempt to block off Jatembe's jaunt, though as you know, I care more for magic and commerce than conversation. But we are no longer alone. Perhaps these visitors have a better understanding of what Jatembe's jaunt may hold for us and put an end to this stalemate. So they are willing to listen to your perspective of the Jatembe's jaunt. You can go ahead and just talk about it. And then we'll move into the skill checks.
Let's see.
They need to join the Pact Worlds.
I'm not sure they need to.
It's like the Federation. You have to join.
I mean, no, they don't have to join.
If they're good, they have to join. I'm just kidding.
We let the Marixa
Well,
Republic.
let's just
be their
remind
way.
you that there are plenty of threats out there that are willing to quash anyone that's not them. The Swarm, the Jinsoul, and those are the only two we readily know about.
The Ark.
The Ark. Okay, yeah, I forgot them.
Plus, the Pack Worlds, we're swarming with pirates, which they're dealing with right now.
Then we can help them deal with the whatever the heck the attack does. Wasn't really pirates. Wasn't strong enough. We shot them once and they ran away.
I mean, this time.
This time, there were only two of them.
I mean, the other ship dealt with the other four.
Mm.
But, like, there's
To
definitely
be fair, I
trade.
think we probably could have handled another two ships.
You probably could have handled another 4.
Don't know about the bigger ones. But, yeah, we never fought them,
Pirates
so we
don't
never know.
usually use bigger ships.
Well, he said there were 2 smaller ships that we fought, and then 4 bigger ships.
There were 6 ships of the same size, and then 4 were engaging the big one.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, as far as making peace or employing the drifters, I don't see that ending well for anyone. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they're all that interested in peace talks. They're there to steal what they can get their grubby little mitts on and run and hide with it.
but there are plenty of other people that you can rely on in the pack worlds that will honor bargains and may even keep your interests. There are some who won't. It's a mixed bag over here.
And again, there's definitely threats beyond what we actually know. We're dealing with several. Well, we've
Mhm.
dealt with the Swarm. The Jinsoul are something to be worried about. And and then
And we're good
there's
to
the
trade with.
Aslani who are just plain dicks to everyone.
So they're only concerned about your time in the drift lane itself.
Oh,
It's fast.
yeah,
And
it
eventful.
went pretty well. We've got some people on the other side looking at the data,
Okay.
Like,
and as drift lanes seem to be the only form of FTL travel right now,
So
open drift lanes are
the
a good
drift
thing.
has healed
Oh, okay.
and is currently usable, but these drift lanes are now appearing.
But they're
Yeah.
quicker and reliable.
for the most part.
They're
Well,
reliable.
it's reliable.
It's reliable. That's the thing.
But,
Drift isn't.
like, as for the drifters, I wouldn't hope for any peaceful resolution with them.
No, they definitely seem like petty pirates. They're thugs.
Mhm.
They show up anywhere.
But we're cool, and we were in here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just send more patrols out.
Okay. Now they're going to ask you some questions,
Sure.
and you're going to have a chance to impress them.
Ooh.
It's important to note that you're going to try to impress all 4 counselors. You can attempt each check individually, or you can forgo your own check to aid another. We're not going to be in rounds. You get 1 check per counselor. You cannot retry.
Okay.
And once a counselor has been impressed this time around, you can't impress him again.
Okay.
You will have another chance to try to impress them. And your goal is to try to impress each counselor twice.
Okay.
That's your overall goal. They don't really tell you that, but that's your overall goal.
Mhm.
So Sarah Liam is going to ask you, did you have to sail past your ship? Did you have to sail your ship past those despicable pirates? I hear their ships are made from the bones of those they've killed in the drift. You can do a few things here. You can play up the danger of the battle with the drift by succeeding at a bluff check. You can threaten the counselors with what could happen if they're forced to face the drift with an intimidate check. Or you can impress them with any response that focuses on their abilities during the battle or the dangers of the greater galaxy. So as long as you succeed at a very specific check, that's not the words I want to use. You basically RP it and tell me what you want to roll, and I'll see if, hey, is that an option? Okay, so this is Saralim. We're just going to go down the list. You have Bluff, Intimidate, or your choice. Within reason.
Okay. So, do Zamir. He's just gonna bluff, because that's what you do. So that's 18.
That succeeds. They are impressed.
Okay.
Okay. Next person is Zalia. She argues that the drifters are only a threat because they're out there on their own and have not yet been embraced and made part of a community. She believes that it would be selfish to not share what they've learned. Despite this petty bickering, we would never turn arms on each other. Don't you think the rest of the galaxy could use a bit more of that spirit and cooperation? Go ahead and make culture checks to cite other cultures, or you can explain that the galaxy does know how to cooperate with each other, and there are certain instances like the Pack Worlds with a diplomacy check, or you can focus on the way that the Union itself can fit in with the rest of the galaxy with a unnamed check. So we have culture, diplomacy, unnamed check. RP, essentially. Which is nice, because they normally don't allow that.
Well, I mean, I'd like to use culture. Because
That's
I'm
fine.
kind of the one that's been talking about all the bad races and the packed worlds.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, I'll go with culture.
Zamir will assist.
All right. That's a beautiful roll, so... Yes?
Hmm.
So 33.
Yeah, you're able to impress her. Okay, next one is Takarik. He is scoffing at Zalia's belief while agreeing with Saralim that the wider galaxy is full of danger. What do we have now at our disposal? The Banyan? A pretty ship, but nothing to worry about. We will not need to fear the universe when we can give the universe a reason to fear us. So you can tell Carrick that the Banyan proves the Nebula Union is more than prepared for whatever may show up with an engineering check, or that the united species of the Union can easily hold their own against others with a life science check. Or you can impress them, emphasizing the might of the Union with a D20. DC 20.
I can do engineering.
I can do life science. But I've gone before, so
33
Yeah, you impress him.
with a natural 20.
nice.
Okay, the last one is RKY7. He dismisses all concerns about might and right and simply asks for information about the Drifter's potential needs and whether tariffs are being charged. Please don't spin any tales for me. I would prefer you stick to the facts. If you can identify some source of commerce that Djembe's jaunt could bring to the Nebula Union, you could make a profession check, flat profession check, any profession because it doesn't say otherwise. Additionally, you could make a sense motive check to determine that RKY7 is looking to make a side deal with the Drifters to turn a profit. So
Any
profession
of
or sense motive?
Well, I'm guessing I'm gonna be the lead one with 3, and everyone's gonna help, right?
With sense motive?
With what?
Yeah, sense mode.
You want me to use my 10?
Yeah, his
Oh,
sense
you
motive
got
is
10.
massive.
Okay, never mind. I'll try and help then. Alright. I help, but Zamir doesn't.
I help.
Probably a good thing, because that pushes it to an 18.
That just succeeds. And you're able to call him out on his plan. He wants to make wants to make them essentially tax. You want to tax them, and he's like, "Oh, you know exactly what you're talking about. I am impressed." Okay, and they're like, "Well, we need to deliberate upon everything you've told us. So go ahead and just stay here. We'll come back."
Well, that's a good idea.
As the counselors
Can
depart,
we get hors d'oeuvres?
Lassiel enters to collect papers, and she's kind of shaky a little bit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know anyone was in here. She says, her words slurring together. Sorry, I'm just a little jittery right now. I love grabbing Mama Ray's sugar snaps when I'm in here with Carrick, but sweets and bragas don't really mix, and I feel really bouncy right now. I'm just gonna sit right here and relax. Too tense in here, anyways, don't you think?
Do
And
we
it's-
need a medicine check?
And it's not like we all know why. Work around here long enough and you pick up a few secrets. Okay, so here's what we can do. There's a few things. You can make a diplomacy check to have her spill those secrets. Or you can try to calm her down and recover from her sugar-driven impulses with a bluff, intimidation, or a medicine check.
Let's see.
Okay, I've got an 11 in medicine would be my highest.
I figure we go two-pronged. Zamir will calm her down with diplomacy. You start chatting.
Secrets is diplomacy. Everything else is calming her down.
So, what
You
was it?
go
If you
ahead
calm
for the
her down, you do
secrets.
not get her secrets.
Oh,
I'm not interested in their secrets.
Okay. You can do both, but you do one and then the other.
Zamir can't pass it up. Sure, he'll diplomatize the secrets. 20.
So Laziel reveals that Takarik and Seralim don't get along because Takarik loves to play a local game called Drift Hop, but Seralim figured out one of his tells, beating them several times in a row. This has upset Takarik so much that they have accused Seralim of cheating and refuse to play with him again. Go ahead and make your medicine check.
20.
You are able to treat poison on her to counteract the sugar in her system. She instantly baselines and is like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, here, I probably shouldn't have any more," and hands each of you a Mama Ray's sugar snap, which each will function as a diplomat serum of enhancement.
Nice.
Nice.
Give you a small second to look that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we're all going to pop it. We really got to get to Mama Ray's before we leave.
You probably ought to.
It gives you, I think, a +2, but I think it's the diplomacy, intimidate, and maybe bluff
Plus your insight to bluff and diplomacy.
for an hour.
And,
Right?
Let's see. Oh, 1 hour. Yeah.
1 hour.
And you also get to comprehend, speak, and understand one language that's heard in the last 10 minutes.
So not bad. So I assume you all take it now?
I would wait until they come back.
Yeah. When they're announced, probably chew it up then.
Yeah. So,
So they could be back like 3 hours from now and you vote.
Exactly. It's like they should have someone announce them. That's usual protocol.
so at this point in time, you're gonna go looking for them. That's what it says. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make sense. But you're gonna go and socialize with one of these, each of these counselors. So we're just gonna go down the
Okay.
list. You're gonna go to Zalia. She is found in the hallway outside of Union Hall, and she's looking out the window at Zibion. She wonders aloud if Captain Jaws is having any more trouble with the drifters than he already has. So, you already have a piece of information that you could just use the passphrase to let her know that you're a trusted friend of him. Or you could try doing other things. So do you want to auto-succeed or you want to try?
I feel like we ought to just use the passphrase.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she's like, oh, you know him? Is he doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a little hurt arm, but he's fine.
Oh. Okay.
He'll be back in a couple days.
Okay.
That'll be no problem.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, here. Take a book from me. She gives you a copy of Plain Woven, an exciting anthology of essays on the plains by scholars from the universities of Uzodia, which is on Zibbo whatever.
Book. Wow.
Reading it will make it easier to travel through the drift lane, giving you a +1 to piloting checks on the way home. You go and find Seralim. They are in their onboard quarters, and there are multiple pillars inside the quarters because that's their fish. And they are talking in one of the pillars, and it just comes out as garble, and then they leave, and they go to another pillar. And they're just like, and they're like, I'm sorry, that other pillar is broken. I don't know how to. There's something wrong with the speaker system. Do you know anything about speakers? You can try to repair the speakers with either a computer's or engineering check.
I will attempt to try to fix.
I will attempt to aid. I ate.
That is, you had a 2 for aiding.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 plus 15 is 30.
Okay.
30.
You are easily able to repair the speakers, and Seralim is happy. And they keep talking with you, and they express frustration knowing that their fellow counselors see them as a coward. They feel that caution is warranted, and that the ships of the Union have been sending to explore the drift lane have been attacked too often to simply write their concerns off. They emphasize that caution is not cowardice. Concerned about your safety, Seralim offers you an experimental maintenance tool, which will give you a +1 bonus to your engineering checks while you're in the drift lane.
Neat.
You go to Takarik. It's like 3 Ks and 5 Rs and 2 Ys. He is found on the weapons deck, looking at the weapon capacity of the ship. They look at you and say, while the other counselors think I am too aggressive, it is all in the defense of the Nebula Union, as not everyone has the best intention. I do commend you on your diligence, and I'm grateful you arrived on time when you were supposed to. Now, I know we have a little bit of time. We can play a game if you'd like. It's called Drift Hop. Do you want to play?
I have the.
It's like Pirates dice. It's got the rules here. So here you can either you can play by the actual rules, or you can use skill checks.
Actual rules.
Okay. Each player rolls a d6 in each of your 3 hands. Or 2 hands if you are a non-Braga.
Thank you.
You must keep each number secret from one another, but you can look at your own dice. Players then open their hands together one at a time, moving from left to right. With a count of 3 leading up to the moment both numbers are revealed. After each hand is revealed, players can choose to either drift to keep the die in their next hand the same, or hop to re-roll the next die. Play proceeds until all dice are revealed. So, it's complex.
Yeah.
What's the skill checks to?
The skill checks is you can do acrobatics or sense motive to play fairly, or sleight of hand to cheat.
My God.
Right.
Yes?
So we got one of each. try it.
Okay, give me a moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you get a +1 bonus to skill checks made during the game, not any bonus to
Playing the game.
playing the game.
Because it's impossible to get a bonus.
Okay. So, we're gonna play this game now. I need another D6. I'm gonna take one of. Just someone give me one. Thank you, because he has 3 hands.
Alright. And so I know, what is our goal? Like, are we
Yeah,
trying
the
to get
goal's-
the highest?
So you're trying to get the highest total.
Highest total between ours. Okay.
So here's what it is. Everyone rolls, and then it goes. Because I want to make sure I have this. So it says, you open your hands together one at a time, moving from left to right. So we're going to start with Braga, and then go this way. And I will just open my hand and tell you what I've got, and reveal my numbers, and then you can choose to either drift, which is to keep your hand, or to hop, and you can re-roll one of your die.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay, so Takaric reveals his hand, and he has a 5, a 1, and a 4. For a total of 10. Next person. Do you want to drift or do you want to hop?
I want to hop.
Okay, so go ahead and... That's... I know what they're meaning now, and that's not how it should be phrased. So it's... You're supposed to open both hands at the same time, but... it says after each hand is revealed, everyone can choose. So like, everyone can choose. Oh, do I wanna hop or do I wanna drift? Okay. So do you want to hop or do you want to drift?
I want to hop.
Go ahead and roll both dice.
Okay.
She rolled both dice, not one.
We're gonna just go from there. And now you reveal. What's your totals?
7.
7. Okay. Do you want to drift or do you want to hop?
I'm drifting.
Okay. Do you want to drift or do you want to hop?
I want to hop.
Okay, hop now. And then reveal your hand, Brian.
Yeah. I got a 12.
Okay.
Can't do better.
No, you can't.
I got a 7.
Okay, that's not what I didn't tell you to reveal.
Oh,
He revealed his. Do you want to drift or do you want to hop?
I'll hop.
Okay, roll again.
And hide them.
Now reveal.
Now reveal.
5.
Okay. So for this round, Brian wins.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go 2 more rounds.
Yeah.
This time, Casey is going to reveal first. Okay. You reveal.
3.
Okay. Everybody else can choose to drift or hop.
I'm going to drift.
You're going to drift?
I'm going to drift.
Okay. I'm going to hop. Okay. Reveal.
I got a 10.
Okay. I'm going to drift.
I want to hop.
Okay.
And then reveal.
Yeah.
8.
Okay. I'm going to drift. I'm going to reveal. I have an 11. I win.
Yeah.
Okay. He also has 3 dice.
Yes.
So, okay. Now it's Brian's. Or,
Well,
Bojan.
I'll rivet.
We'll all roll, and then... Okay.
We got a 9. Rolling high
Do you want to
today.
drift or you want to hop?
I want to drift.
I'm gonna hop.
Okay. Okay. Brian has revealed his hand. You reveal your hand.
11.
Okay. I'm gonna drift.
I'm also gonna drift.
Okay. I reveal my hand with a 12.
I'm gonna drift.
Okay.
I also have a 12.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's a tie and nobody wins.
Yeah.
We're now gonna go with Fred.
Quig.
I'm just saying Fred. Okay. Everybody rolls.
I don't get to choose. I'll just reveal it, right?
You just reveal.
Just reveal.
6.
I'm
'Kay.
gonna drift.
Drift.
You're gonna hop.
Okay. I'm gonna drift. Okay. I reveal my hand. 14.
I mean, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
You can do. Okay.
So if you're playing a Solarian, you can roll.
No, you can't.
In Lashunta.
Lashunta.
Yeah, Lashunta could.
Well, like a Sasa.
Yeah, Kasata with 4 hands.
Sorry.
What about the small fuzzy ones?
The Skittermanders?
Skittermanders?
Okay. So here's this question. So it's just only 3. It's not 6. So here's my question. You have to. This is number of successes, and right now he has 2 successes. There's one more round. You have 1 success.
Mhm.
Do you want to play the role, or do you want to do the skill check?
I'm gonna do the skill check because
Okay.
no. Our chances of beating him when he's got 3 dice to R2.
It definitely has some issues.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make either an
'Cause
acrobatics.
I literally had to tie with a 12.
Acrobatics or sense motive to play fairly, or sleight of hand to cheat. Holy crap.
Well, that's okay.
Add a +1.
Okay. That's a 24.
I got a 20.
Something we can aid on, or
No.
just individual?
This is just going to be individuals.
Sorry, acrobatics and what?
Sense motive or sleight of hand.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. 13 and 15.
Okay. You don't succeed. You 2 succeed, making the check. Good thing you did switch over to skill checks. He had a 17. Woo-wee, buddy. Ain't coming back from that one.
We
So,
rolled well. on
is a
these
Skittermander
sixes.
literally 6?
No, he would be 3. It's just 3 hands. Because they have 3 hands, the game is 3 hands, and so they don't let you, they don't balance it, which is silly.
Yeah, they don't balance. Oh, you only have 2. So?
He hands you a new targeting assistance program, which will give you a +1 bonus to gunnery checks for the remainder of the adventure.
Nice. Get this weird feeling they bounce back out in space for some reason.
At this point in time, you receive an automated notification on your comm units indicating that your starship has been boarded.
Why?
You head over there and you find your starship empty, but there are several small items out of place, which have been moved and poorly replaced. As you exit the ship, an Elorane named KRT-41 approaches to ask if you are planning to depart immediately, and they have a scanning device in their hand.
No, we still haven't been to Mama Ray's.
Oh, well, I saw you entering your ship, and I just came by to scan it. I'm one of the inspectors. I'm here to take a look at your ships. Go ahead and give me a sense motive.
22.
5s.
Okay.
16 plus whatever I need to add.
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
Because
17.
you can tell that they're lying, and that they've been on your ship. Now, you can either intimidate them or diplomacy check to make them tell you the truth.
I'm sorry, I'm too short to intimidate.
They are never too short It's fine. Well, good job, Samir. 32 diplomacy.
You convince him that you can be trusted, and he tells you that the scanner detects Konrasu wood, and there is a smuggling ring which has been stowing it on unsuspecting ships and using them to transport them from one place to the next. Please don't tell anybody that I messed up, but continue.
Smuggling Conrasu wood. That makes sense.
Okay, you head back over to the last Chancellor, RKY7. He is found in a small shrine to Iloritu, the god of magic, history, and secrets. And when he sees you, he goes, oh, hello. Are you surprised to see me in the halls of faith? You see my people, the Eloranes, were ooh, that's not the word I want to use. Clockwork constructs magically given life. Don't even. That's an awkward faux pas on stage.
They were made for pleasure.
Stop.
Before we get banned.
Were clockworks constructs magically given life by Iloritu in ancient prehistory. His people believe that technology is important, but is bounded by the limits of physics and reality, and that only magic can break these boundaries and reshape existence. Thus, magical experimentation and advancement, as well as the fusion of magic and technology to perform miraculous acts, are highly valued. Of course, these studies are incredibly expensive, and RKY7 has always been practical. While he values magic, he values profit far more. Go ahead and you can do a few things. It's just weird, like, you wouldn't really expect to ever say these things. So, you can openly admit that you did not expect him to be a follower of Iloritu. You can mention that KRT-41 searched your ship. Or, you can talk about methods to ensure that Astrolabe 1, which is their ship, and the Nebula Union remain commercially competitive on a galactic scale. You can do this with a culture check, engineering check, or applicable profession check.
I've got an 11 engineering.
We got 13 engineering.
I can aid you. You're aided.
So that's 15 plus 13, 28.
Yeah,
Plus the 1, 29.
you are able to explain, oh yeah, all these little cool fancy things, they'll sell on the market. He's impressed. And then he will hand you a piece of valuable scanning equipment at no cost, which will give you a +1 bonus to computers check while in the drift lane.
Of course.
Shipping kills me when you go backwards and you get in trouble.
We're gonna
you-
deal with more of those stupid.
It'll be
drifters.
fine.
You are told to reconvene in the utility hall because there's going to be a vote on whether or not they're going to use Jatembe's jaunt.
The utility hall or unity hall?
Unity hall. Thank you.
The utility hall.
Janitor closet
What?
going, okay, why are we all in here?
Okay, so
With the cleaning supplies.
right now, Saralim and
They said
Takarik,
utility hall.
so the fish and the sloth vote against it, while the robot and the dwarf vote to utilize it. So it's currently split. You can attempt to tell. Okay, I'm going to explain this one. You can choose one of three options.
Okay.
You can either have them use Jatembe's jaunt, blockade Jatembe's jaunt, or keep it in a stalemate. In order to change anybody's vote, you have to make a diplomacy check, DC 20. You can only make this once per counselor, and anybody can aid. If it fails, the vote does not change, but they are not angry against you. So choose. Do you want them to use the drift lane? Do you not want them to use the drift lane? Or do you want them to sit in Congress forever?
I'd rather they use it.
Same here.
So you'll need to persuade either Saralim or Takarik to vote to change their vote. DC 20.
Well, it's
I
only
failed to aid.
I failed it.
it's okay. Zamir only got 32. convince
Okay.
to Carrick.
Okay, he's definitely convinced and definitely will change his vote. Do you want to try to get all 4 of them?
Yeah, sure. Get the whole collection. That's a
I aid.
33,
I aid.
35.
Oh yeah, they're definitely like, oh, I see your point, and they're like, yeah, let's use it, woohoo!
Zamir likes making the friends.
And they say, thank you for helping us choose this. Please take
The
the
have to use friends this time.
result of our vote back to the Pact Worlds and tell them how we're gonna use this from going on forward. And so you go over to Mama Ray's, you get some nice food, some delicious food. I'm not gonna make up food right off the top of my head because
That's fine.
I'm getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mama Ray's. It's got to be jambalaya.
Oh, I was thinking like because it's RAE, and I was like, it's got some good gumbo, like some crawfish
Yeah.
gumbo, and then you got some like good catfish. Oh man,
Maybe the catfish, but crawdads.
yeah. Have you not had crawdad gumbo? Go down to Mamo's. I'm not kidding. Go down to Mamo's and order their gumbo. Potatoes, carrots, a whole bunch of seasoning you've never tasted before, and crawdad, cooked well, boiled.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
If they do other crawdad and crawfish and lobster boil like twice a year, I think. They may have changed it since they moved to their location. Go.
We endorse Mamos and Logan.
We do endorse Mamos.
Mamo's is fan-freaking-tastic. The only thing I don't like is their hush puppies. But they have traditional Louisiana hush puppies, and I'm used to traditional Georgia hush puppies. One's got corn, one doesn't.
Okay. Hush
Well-
puppies aren't my thing, so.
One's got puppies and one.
So if you ever have like cornbread, there's the argument about cornbread actually having bits of corn in it. Those people are wrong. Yes, I'm looking at you. That's wrong. Cornbread is cornmeal only. Don't give me that. I will fight people on that.
Let's move on.
So
I
you
need
guys
to go to bed.
you guys head back out to the Pact Worlds in your little drift lane, and it takes you about 3 days, but you start seeing drifter ships flying towards you, but not attacking. Like they're just kind of off to the side, as if they're being escorted, as if you're being escorted.
I swear, we will blast the living out of you.
The drifter ships move as you move, shadowing your every maneuver while slowly growing in number and narrowing the gap between you. As they grow closer, a voice hails on all frequencies in a soft but insistent growl. "Hope you don't mind the company, darlings," the voice says, "but it seems to me that you owe me a little something, and the time to collect has just come due." On the screen shows a female Vlaka. I believe she's blind. She tells you that you and your friend, Captain Jaws, caused significant damage to my ships in our earlier meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And since your captain friend is nowhere to be found, it's up to you to pay for this. Now, if you'd like to hand over your ship and all its goods to us, you will only have to work off the rest of your debt for 6 months. After that, you can either join or be dropped off any planet. Your choice.
I think we'll just blow you up.
I think we're gonna blast our way through you, and then tell the Eoxian corpse fleet where they've got a nice new recruiting ground.
Sounds
So-
like a good idea.
Sad news for you, there's no combat. It's now skill checks. So you're going to have to do this. There are 4 sets of checks you have to do to get out. You could totally kill every single one of these people, but I can't hand wave it because it's not a space combat.
It's fine.
Each challenge, there are multiple things you can do. Everyone must make a check, and successes allow you to represent how safely you navigate this obstacles. If you fail, you are forced out of the drift lane and ejected into the drift, which is bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first challenge is a blockade. At least one player must attempt a piloting check to use your maneuvering to confuse the drifter ships. Other PCs must attempt at least a single gunnery check, or a physical science check, or a mysticism check.
What's gunnery?
It'd
Your
be
attack.
dex.
Yeah, Dex plus your attack modifier.
So
Your base attack bonus plus Dex. Basically, your ranged attack.
yeah, whatever your range attack is listed
Ranged
as.
attack.
Or it's
Or
it's
you
either your
can use
dex plus BAB or your pilot ranks plus
Dex.
dex.
Yeah,
I don't have any pilot ranks, so
yeah.
You're a mechanic, you're level 4, so your BAB should either be 2 or 3. I think it's 3, because it's 3/4.
his pistol is +4.
Yeah, so just go with that.
What do you got, Casey?
I have a 29 piloting.
Okay, you succeed.
I got 11
For gunnery.
for gunnery.
And what are you doing?
Let's see. Bojan is on the guns with a 29.
Okay.
And Zamir is using mysticism with a 27.
Okay. The drifters scatter, creating a clear path forward, and a few of the ships crash into each other. Okay.
Oh, you guys are terrifying. Let me tell you.
Now your sensors are going haywire. It seems as if they're doing impossible maneuvers around your starship.
Oh, are we supposed to be using our +1s to all this?
Yes.
30.
Okay. I was calculating those in my head. The captain taunts, "Round and round we go. Where we stop, my dears, you'll never know." So go ahead and give me a computer. We have at least someone must make a computer's check to stop the sensor ghosts, and another must either do a gunnery, a piloting, or a engineering check.
Okay, I got the piloting.
What's your
Engineering,
bonus?
15.
You fail. You not fail. You succeed. You fail.
Fail. Damn. I can get 45. Technically 46. Nice.
28 engineering.
Okay, someone's got to at least make the computer's check.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah,
do
we
the-
thought you were
oh,
making the computer's check.
I did was a joke. Sorry. So that'd be 26 computers.
Okay.
And then we just had 2 gunneries at, let's see, 15 and 20.
And you're adding the +1?
No, so 16 and 21.
Okay. So you guys are able to determine which are ghosts and not, and you're able to shoot the crap out of them, and you're just like, pew 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 pew, zippy zippy. The drifters are confused by their own
Get
sensor
wrecked,
ghosts,
noob.
and a few fire on their own allies, damaging them. A stealth mine erupts underneath your ship, emitting radiation.
Ooh.
The captain says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hit a little bump in the road, my lovelies? I'll share a secret with you. It's not the only one." Okay, 1 engineering check. And then one of the following: life science, computers, or piloting, or gunnery.
Okay. You got the engineering
I got
check?
the engineering.
Okay.
That's 27 engineering.
Uh, 26 life science and 7 gunnery.
7 gunnery? Okay.
Yeah.
21 piloting.
Okay, fantastic. You are able to dodge the mines, and the mines activate and head after the drifters, blowing up a few of their ships.
Wow. You're bad at this, aren't you?
The ship, then a giant ship
Go
comes
back to
immediately in
basic
front of you,
piloting course.
and it's called the Howling Drift, and it aims a beam weapon at your starship, and then it fires, and it starts sucking energy from your ship, and it says, "Get ready to be dead in the water, darlings," and a ship that doesn't move is just so easy to board. Now, you must stop the beam, which is a computer's check, and then the others must either be an engineering check, a piloting check, a mysticism check, or a gunnery check.
So computers. Uh-oh. 13. 14.
Okay.
And then
If you have a reroll, I would suggest using it now.
What can I use as
shirt.
I have a shirt at home.
Give him.
There's a shirt.
Do I need to pull it out?
I trust you. You
You
have the shirt
my
in
shirt
there.
over
We
there.
have multiple shirts.
I have a couple piezo bags over
I
here.
also have badges
Yeah.
that you could use for this faction pins.
Those don't give rerolls.
Yeah.
I also have faction pins.
Data files. If you slot data files, it allows you to either reroll or just get a +2.
Oh, okay.
Much better. 23.
23. Okay. What'd you get?
24.
30 with the +1.
16 and 25 mysticism.
16 gunner.
Mysticism.
You said 25. Oh, so they're both
They're
mysticism?
both mysticism.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, no, you're able to do something. It's on the other page. You are able to cause the beam to backfire and disable the captain's ship, and all the other pirates scatter.
Oh my god. Are you going to give us a bounty for being this bad? I hope you're not.
The
worth
captain
much.
says, "I am bored of playing with my food," and then signals everyone to leave and fires a cluster of missiles at your ship. They hit your ship, but nothing happens, and you're able to get back, and the scenario is over. Yay!
And Bella's new career is pirate hunter.
Yeah, because honestly, you just take a single Drake out and just destroy everything. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to head through the gift shop on your way out to pick up some fantastic Fellowship Gaming loot. Also, remember the contest to name Brian's mustache is open. Go ahead and click the link that's in the chat, or if you're on YouTube, click the link below in the comments to submit your choice for a name. Thank you and have a good night.